but it was paused. Okay. Hopefully that's better. It seems dreadfully frozen. It doesn't seem accurate. Solo layout? Nah, exit solo layout, yeah. Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, cool. Let's go over there and see if the technical difficulties are difficultied. All right. So delayed. I look frozen. I might have to reset. Okay, I'm just gonna reset. Here we are again. Okay, that's great. Once again, everybody, sorry for the delay. I was on the stage. I was off the stage. It said I was on my camera was freezy. I was a freezy camera on the stage. That's great. I loved it. Okay, we're just gonna sit in awkward silence and memory of the camera freezing. It was fun while it lasted. Freezy camera. R.I.P. Freezy camera. And we're back in action. Hey, everybody, boys and girls, children of all ages, adults, all on LinkedIn looking for jobs, networking as one does. Welcome to a slightly delayed technical difficulty special episode number 10 upon the next episode with Jay Bossert. I, of course, am Jay Bossert, your misalignment specialist that is here to guide you through all things misalignment, through the questions that were asked for the previous stream, for this stream, in the question mode there that it was. I might have technical difficulties when we get to it. My producer Bradley Bates is in the chat. Hopefully he's not frozen as well. He did point out my camera was frozen. I know the camera was frozen. It was doing something. It was dark. It went dark first too. I'm good. I'm great. Good. I could watch everything delayed, and everything is fine. So once again, that gentleman who's all up in the comment section, which I could see right now, was nice enough to go through the previous episode and mine it for questions, because that's how the format works. Briefly explain the format. We usually say things accidentally myself during chat, a question, which we cannot answer legally speaking, morally speaking, podcastly speaking, from the morals there. During that moment, we have to ask it on the next episode, hence the name of the show. And I put it under me today. Definitely trying the StreamYard instead of the OBS studios, and only slight technical difficulties, only slight. It wasn't bad at all. I loved it. Okay. So, according to the internet, there is a way to share the screen, and hopefully it won't break my computer. But then I'll be doing two things at once. Everything's fine. Nobody panic. Everybody picnic. Once again, it is a lot tastier. Oh, that's going to be glitch-tastic. It doesn't exist. Well, all right. Well, I'm sure it's going to catch up over there. Everything should be fine. It's probably not going to like it at all. But yeah, on again, off again. I might have to not share the screen. We'll go back and forth, but I'm going to leave that there. Move this here. And I should, in theory, be able to show you guys present, share screen. That's great. Allow to share screen window. Sure. That sounds great as well. Your entire screen or just a window. Okay. So I'm going to don't allow. It wants me to, I could share just a window. So if I move, allegedly, this exit full screen, to watch a man trying to resolve these issues real time is so cool, by the way. You guys are the cool kids. So we're going to open that in another tab, maybe. Move tab to a new window. So now that's in a new window. So if I go over here now and hit present, and I go to share the screen, And I click another button that says share screen once again. And I'm going to allow a window. Share this window. I'm going to click share this window. And it should be bada bing, bada boom. Coolest guys in the room over there. Hopefully there. So I click back over here, edit the stage. And there we go. I circumnavigated the internet with minimal difficulties. If you don't count the part where I was frozen and the screen went black and I didn't like it. If you just don't count any of the difficulties that we had. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Bradley. Hey, people that are trickling in. So I'm going to have to try to bounce back and forth between the linky dinky part of me trying to comment with you guys. You might have to comment amongst yourselves because once again, we are technologically advanced, and that's a sentence. Bradley, once again in the chat, made this bad boy. And allegedly, if I click draw question over here, we'll start. So I'm going to click X over here so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to click a question, draw a question. Okay. Was that too over the top? No, that wasn't too over the top. Once again, that's the best thing that could happen on LinkedIn. It's not just a random guy on a random couch saying random things, answering random questions. It looks very professional. We have a teleprompter now. So, it's not too over the top. It's the correct amount of top. It's not the apex, not the tippy top. We could probably even go up more if I had some bells and whistles, as they call it in the industry, maybe some sounds besides me going boop, 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 boop. Killed the voice at karaoke last night. We could talk about that. I'm sure some questions we'll definitely bring to it. We have 52 remaining questions. Geez Louise, Christmas trees. I might not comment in LinkedIn at all. Please comment amongst yourself. Make friends. If you don't have connections yet, connect. Talk. Be merry. Draw a question. Does NWO Sting get bumped up? How does NWO Sting feel about that? Bumped up in Japan. I mean, the dude was not on my WCW television growing up, but I heard he was very big in a different part of the world. So, yeah, he did. Just not my eyes, but if a tree falls in the woods near NWO Sting, does Ric Flair hear it? Woo! I can't woo anymore. The voice is shot. And how does NWO Sting feel about that? I mean, his face is painted. You really can't tell. It's just what's the facial expression? If he stays in makeup, no one knows what that man is feeling. Next question. Oh, there's swear words. Cool. I probably swore or someone swore, but spoiler alert, it is professional though, because I have to professionally say what's on the teleprompter. It'd be unprofessional to ignore the question. So yeah, that's the thing. Why in the blue fuck can I give you an elbow to the forehead, but I can't give you a knee to the nose? All right. I think we're talking about, was that the elbow drop for Macho? Oh, yeah, I can still do the Macho Man. Oh, his voice isn't any better. You say it twice, any better. Oh. Yeah, even my Macho is sub. I felt it going at the end. Macho, you have so much to live for. Don't do it. Yes. So the knee to the nose, you break a nose. It's a blood thing too. A lot of matches in the lucha libre and the pro wrestling, over the years, they kind of, unless if it's a no holds barred or a special kind of pay-per-view main event, for a belt, sometimes the championship's on the line, the referee kind of lets the rules go to the wayside a little bit. But knee to the nose, man, you're causing a waterfall. And that should stop the match. You don't want someone bleeding out the nose. That's where people breathe from, allegedly. Nose and blood holes in the nose. It's not good. Not good at all. Very bad. So, yeah, I would say that's why you can't do that. And the elbow to the forehead, you're coming off the top, by the way. You're coming you got a 5-second rule, I think, to do a lot of illegal things. You're holding the rope. You got 5 seconds to break it. You're going to the top. You in a tag team match, you get 5 seconds to maybe get out of the match. You get the tag. There's the double team moves, maybe a 10 second. Depends on the federation, actually. So you have different, okay, you got to the count or else it's the automatic disqualification. You're breaking the rules, but yeah, I'm warning you, still warning you. 3, warning you. 4, whatever. So the forehead elbow drop thing, that's coming off the top. Like, hey, you shouldn't be up there. Oh, I'm coming down. And it's just like contact on the way down. Can't blame a man for that. That's gravity's fault. That's not his. But I need to know is you're defying gravity. You're going upward, man. You're doing something. That's not nice. So don't do that. Always do an elbow to the forehead, never a knee to the nose, because that's where people breathe from. The end. What about us? Are we not still the producer? Well, us. I mean, Bradley, let's be real here. You're the producer, according to me, because you go and listen to what I say, and every time there's a question, like, I'm going to take the questions, and I'm going to write them down. Oh, WWE 10 seconds. Good point, man. Good point that I had a minute ago, because there is a delay. And I think the AI is the producer now. Secretly, the whole time, the algorithm is really what made us be friends. Like, I don't know any of y'all names, and go have the yellow pages over here. And I'm like, yes, Bradley Bates. Let me see. Okay, let me look for him. No, the algo kind of nudgy McNudge all us together and said, like, hey, I see that you're saying some keywords and phrases over here now. They're saying maybe similar keywords and phrases over there now. I'm going to suggest a friendship or a connection. And then LinkedIn is going to be like, do you know this person? And you always click, yeah, I know him. They're over there now. He's my friend from a brother from another mother. Kathy, too. A sister from another mister. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what about us? Not the producers? No. The algorithm has always been in charge. Us human beings have the illusion of control. It is fictitious, not real. I'll even draw another question. I can't say no more about that. Can I take a screenshot? I mean, I guess. I think that this button, once again, I got my Mac here. So it's F10. Looks like a little picture. And I'm going to take a screenshot of most of this. And yes, we'll have that for later. That is great quality content. That is going to be happening another time and in another place. I might unshare the screen for a second. After I took that screenshot, there's a button, remove. I can go away. And I'm back. I'm over here. I'm full screening. Hi, guys. I'm back. And now I could go in another window, as one does. How many safaris do I have open up? Enough to make elephants scared? It's not right. Okay, this one. This one might have LinkedIn in it. Sure. I'm going to see what the comment section's doing, hopefully. Because I'm lonely. I see you guys talking amongst yourselves. That's pretty cool. And will it let me do it? Or will the internet get mad? Oh, no, I asked a question. Yeah, the internet gets mad. Oh, it doesn't like it. This is also good content. If my phone was a place where I knew where it was, and we're going to record that. It's just good because it's still in the, can I take a screenshot? Oh, is it freeze? Is it? It knows I'm trying to do something and it's behind. Okay. Yeah. It stopped acting as weird, but it's definitely acting really weird. I made the internet weird. Oh, now I'm speaking. Okay. I fixed it. I fixed the internet. Single-handedly fixed the internet. Yeah, I'm going to have to type that. That's great. I was very concerned. It's just my stuff. Probably getting watched by some kind of government agency or the actual algorithm in the sky. The Lord is watching me through the computer. My stuff is very glitchy. And I was trying to show the glitchiness. And as soon as I got the proof of the glitchiness stopped. I wish that would work with my bank account. Proof of me being poor. And it's like, deposit $1 million. That would be great. So now that I fixed the internet, Dylan's also here. Dylan, welcome to the stream. Good thing that I'm only 13 minutes in. And we have like 50 questions to get to, bro. It's crazy today. And Bradley and Kathy's here. And I don't think that's anyone else now. It says there's 6 people, though. Other people are secret and unnamed. That's excellent. You don't need to comment. You can just watch me ramble. And I am going to circumnavigate once again. I'm going to make this one go lower. Lower that Safari. Once again, I'm using Safari. I'm hacking it up using Safari. I'm going to reshare this window. So add the stage again. And we're back in it. It's that easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I might even have to give this company money. I'm using a free version of StreamYard once again, not sponsored, by the way. But you guys that are in the chat, you can do it too. It's pretty cool. You can just do what I'm doing. It's not that complicated. I figured it out with only problems in the minute and two during the beginning. But now we're sharing a screen. This part I could technically do, but I don't have the patience for it. So once again, Bradley over here, I made this curated question randomizer thing. It probably walks you through, maybe, or he did a lot of AI stuff. Bradley, show off in the chat, please. How complicated was this? You said 10 minutes it was to make all this nonsense happen. Well, we can't take another screenshot. We have to draw a question. But boop. It's another swear word question. I think these are Bradley's questions, and I never asked, but that's fine. We'll answer them. All right. Definitely killed my voice last night. How the fuck am I going to know as a 9-year-old child that I need to take this canary over to this pond? And where the fuck did this frog? Is there more to the question? No, I asked a question. All right. So I still think that's King's Quest 5 reference. And you're not supposed to know it. You're supposed to find out by meandering in this game, by trial and error, and just so you have things in your inventory and you have things in your surroundings, and you're like, does this pillow fit over my face so I could scream? Yeah, that worked. Does this mirror fit over my face so I could scream? Not as well. And then that's how you solve the puzzles, is by trying random things. So you're not supposed to know. You're supposed to you figure it out, man. You figure it out. Or I think there was hints somewhere. I think that even like the jewel case, there was little hints inside the booklet for certain. No, I don't think that one. I think that's the one that even I was like, I did mean to do it. I'll be real. If this is King's Quest 5 that we're still referencing, which Bradley never told me for referencing, by the way, I think that's the Sierra game where if it's the canary that I'm thinking, like the wind up little music box canary thing that you're using, it could be similar. It couldn't be something he made up that just sounds real. And I just remember there's one thing that I did in the game that I wasn't trying to do. I was like, tweet, 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 tweet. And it was puzzle solved. And it was pretty smooth sailing from there until I got killed at the end. And then you just restart. You get killed and restart. In most things in life, besides life. Except for me. Neither of you are getting monetized right now. That is correct. Once again, I was telling my producer, Bradley Bates, this morning, I'll say it's a caffeine hangover. I was at a bar last night. I was loud. I was next to speakers. Definitely a headache. Maybe the speakers, there's screaming involved. They're singing. I sing loud. The speakers are loud. Talking, screaming over the speakers to talk. So yeah, like I stay up till 4, 5, 6, 7 in the 7 in the morning, as one does. And yeah, I stopped drinking my energy drink at like 1, 2 in the morning, man. You know, I think I had a caffeine headache. And I don't want to do this today. And I said, like, Bradley, I don't want to do the stream today. I don't want. I want to hang out with my friends. I want to stay home. I wanted to take my socks off. I remember reading this morning to align my chakras. I have to walk around barefoot more outside and do my yoga poses. So if I just take my socks off now, I'm halfway there. I'm halfway outside. Got 1 foot out the door. No, I got 1 foot on the couch, but it has a sock on it, so it doesn't count. It's not my foot's on the sock. There's a layer of another material that's happening. Caffeine hangover is a real thing, Dylan, and I think once again, I might have over the course of a full day, because once again, my day was extended, so I had a McDonald's coffee, an energy drink, and another energy drink that I put in the fridge as you know, it can't be over here now. I'd probably end up in the hospital. I'd be very awake until I flatlined. So yeah, not getting monetized is that story with the caffeine. And yeah, I didn't want to do today's stream because I wasn't feeling well. And as you see, I'm caffeinated slightly again. I average like 300 milligrams of caffeine again, I think, on a daily basis. Yesterday, it might have been close to the 500 mark, but it was like we're talking started at like 11, 12 a.m. and stopped at like 2 in the morning. It wasn't like, didn't feel like I was climbing up the walls or anything like that. It wasn't recreating New Jack City, but with the coffee instead of, what was in New Jack City. Next question. None of these questions I remember at all, Bradley, but sure, buddy. I'll get to them. Hey, Mike Tyson, can you punch me in the face? Can you hold your fist out like this and I'll shoot right into it? Why do you think that one's a good idea? Steve-O, Jackass's Steve-O wanted Mike Tyson to punch him in the face, I believe, at some point. And Mike Tyson wouldn't do it. He's like, man, I would kill you. That's not a good idea. Like, I know, like, Jackass is your thing, but boxing is my thing, and your face would crack like a teacup. You didn't say any of that. I just wanted to say crack like a teacup on the stream today. Because teacups aftercare. No, that's not the point of the question. Jeez. All right. So the fist out thing, of course, that was something that was suggested. And Steve was like, well, for the picture, the image, like, how about I just run full force into your fist and you would still kind of almost try to knock me out. And he did it. And I would let Mike Tyson actually punch me in the face for real, just like Steve-O back in the day. It would hurt. It would probably end me in the hospital quicker than the caffeine would. Mike Tyson's over here. Caffeine will give you a heart attack more than a lot of street drugs, they say. So caffeine's definitely dangerous. Mike Tyson's still more dangerous, although he does self-medicate with a lot of cannabis. Already trying to chill out, not be so dangerous. So I respect that, Mike. I hear you. But yeah, I would let Mike punch me. I would run into his face. No, I'd run into his face. Well, that sounds pretty. Mike, you're gonna run into my. Jeez. All right, so cool. I'd run into his fist, maybe something else. I'd let him punch me, and it would be a good idea. Answered. Aaron's in the chat. Oh, it's getting to be a party. This is actually pretty good. I could read it. Will it let me comment? Will it integrate? Oh, geez. No, I would have to click back and forth to LinkedIn, and we still have 45 questions remaining. We're going long. Can we see some of this here? Yeah. So what else can I put here? Oh, no. I could drag, like, I added, like, other images or things, like, prepared. I could maybe drag it onto that screen and make things happen. It could. Yeah, because it is letting me getting to my bottom bar. And then in theory, I can get into, like, the Finder and try to, like, drag things over. I could. What's this? I'm just going to get distracted. All right, well, that's great. There's memes. There's not my memes, though. That one was. Okay. Yeah. I'm getting so distracted. It's great. Pretty cool. Distraction. Pretty cool. It's not letting me do it, is it? It's a PNG file, and it doesn't want to share that like that. Why not? You're lying to me. Cause I clicked video, not an image. That's why. Okay. So we'll share that. That was a J meme or that one. Eeny, meeny, miny, both. That's a thing. So we'll load 2 pictures in now because the question's forcing us to do it. It's only letting me do one at a time. So that's cool. We'll upload that. And now just sure. And remember to upload that. Can I see some of this? That you can. I'm not showing you yet, though. We'll wait for another question to hopefully prompt that as we click draw another question. So you can. I'm not showing you, though. But I did load a J meme and another J meme that I've made in the past week. That's been on LinkedIn already. Some of you guys seen that already. So it's nothing new content. Didn't really plan this well. Why isn't a crappy poop barred, but a whoopee crap is barred? Well, in certain holds barred wrestling, obviously, there's very similar things that could be happening to one to another And very easily is one thing okay and one thing not. We talked about it earlier with the Macho Man coming off the top rope with the elbow, as opposed to a knee to the nose over here. Like knee to the nose, can't. Yeah, my pop filter's blocking me there. Knee to the nose. Okay. Ow, ow. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. It's painful. Elbow's okay. So why isn't a crappy poop barred? Well, like I said, shit happens. So, like, if it's gonna come out, it's coming out. You can't really bar it. It's out. It's out. But a whoopee crap, well, that's something you're trying to force. That is a barred hold. That is unnatural, and you can really hurt someone doing that. So don't do a whoopee crap. But a crappy poop, that's fine. That you can don't bar it. Don't bar that. Water. Need water. No, I don't have any hydration left. Have you heard the term salt before? I am salt. I sweated so much last night. I'm still wearing the sweater vest that I wore out to the bar, which was a good idea in the summertime. And it was warm. And once again, not screaming, but singing and emoting, like feeling it from the diaphragm when you're singing, trying to really project, and not the falsetto. That mixed voice. They call it mixed voice. And you're really trying to belt out these notes, and you just clam up to the abs a little bit, and you sweat. I am salt. Salt was also, I think, a term for farming certain kind of decks of sorts, certain spites, deck-based things, in certain card combat. Magic, you can do it. Pokemon, other deck. I'm sure I probably do that with my Slate Aspire. I have a salts build, so to speak, and just like a very defensive build where only if the bad guys, the monsters, the generated characters of sorts, they're trying to attack me, and it's all just, well, if you attack me, you're gonna die. If not, I'm just gonna build up my energy or build up my something, my whatever. So yeah, I probably even though I don't do much actual physical card gathering games or whatnot, I still probably have generated a salt deck before. And I've heard of the term, but I just am salt in real life. I'm salt. Pleased to meet you, though. Other right hand shake. Wait, what is the mirror image? Left. All right. Yeah, I got the lid off the box. All right, good. A draw question. Are you going to answer any of your questions, Jay? Or are you going to tell them to me? Or am I going to read them myself? Well, I am hopefully answering my questions. A lot of these I don't recognize. So either I was hypnotized on chat last time, which was possible, or these are questions that was Bradley was asking himself. I usually do on the next episode with Jay Bossert. Let's point at the logo. I could have the logo just sharing the screen as well. That would be pretty cool. Should have planned that. Didn't plan the burp either. Sorry, excuse me. So yeah, I didn't plan that. So am I going to tell the questions or I'm going to read them myself? Apparently, I'm reading everything myself today. That's the best. We're like, hey, the man that was singing and screaming for 6 hours straight, it would be great if he just kept talking. It's raspy. Throw a question. Where would you rank the leg drop in terms of both delivery of pain and explosiveness? And how do you feel that there are any moves in professional wrestling that are more pathetic than the leg drum? That's not how you... Okay, well, that does that. If the questions are long, are we learning something? Can I scroll down? I'm blue. Abadi babada. I'm blue. No. Don't highlight in blue. Okay. Yes, you're thanks, Bradley. Bradley's gonna add the logo to the app, by the way, which is a great idea. The leg drop, in terms of, I think I mentioned that we answered this perhaps maybe accidentally on the last episode, on the next episode with Jay Bossert, on the last. So we addressed this already in the present moment, I guess. Again, we have to, legally speaking. So delivery of pain for the leg drop, it's up there. It's like a 9.5. It's a 10. It's an 11. It's the most painful move in sports entertainment. to the performer that's doing the move. So even as a child, I'm like, his face doesn't look like that. It's just Hogan's leg drop didn't look like it's hurting nobody besides Hogan. It took like 2 inches from the man. He used to be like 6'4". He brought him down to 6'2". You know, it's crazy. And do I feel that there are any other moves in professional wrestling more pathetic than the leg drop? Like the people's elbow from The Rock, but it was supposed to be. You know, it was leaning into like, well, if you think Hogan's is ridiculous, I think Rocky Maivia, maybe even before he was the people's champion, did it as like a goof. And maybe like a what you call their not a Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown, but a house show. House show is what they call them. Good job, Jay. You definitely answered your own question mid-question, so you're gonna have to remember that next week. Cool. So the house show, he's like, aha, I'm The Rock. You know, I'm really funny. I know what's gonna be funny if I do this ridiculous move and make like the boys laugh. I'm gonna make my fellow wrestlers laugh, and everyone's like, the crowd liked it too, and everyone's like, that's good TV that you're gonna be doing the rest of your life now. And he's like, oh, well, that was a joke. And they're like, no, that's the most pathetic move in sports entertainment. He's like, you mean electrifying? And they're like, no, pathetic. And he did it. He did it for like at least a couple of years before he went to Hollywood. And did pathetic moves there too. And I like The Rock. You just like it pathetic for a reason. Like when he does the character and does like a silly thing and make a sad man face. And it's like pathetic, but then like he saves the day. It's gets your more emotional heartstrings tugged in the middle there. The act 2 of the story. The Rock's usually not doing too good. He does something pathetic every movie. I think I've seen a good deal, a half of a third of his movies, so like a sixth of his movies I've seen. It's okay. Sorry, no scroll. Bradley, once again, we're good, man. I think the technical difficulties are adding to it. We might have to go long unless I try to wrap it question later. Once again, we're 30 minutes into on the next episode with Jay Bossert. We're trying our best to get to all these questions. We're going to draw another question. Cool. Can you please tell me the significance of the heavyweight belt versus the Intercontinental belt and Intercontinental Championship? Why does it look like a pussy little pansy championship where unicorns are ridden by gnomes and they don't know how to play Scrabble because they left the alphabet on the moon is the full question. I have access to it. You guys don't, so you can't tell me I'm wrong, but that was the full question. Yeah, so like definitely the moon and the Scrabble, as one says with the heavyweight belt, that changes things a lot. So heavyweight's the main deal. We went over this last stream, so we'll just try to really quickly reiterate it. That it was a way to make more money, to make things feel special. The heavyweight, if you're using it all the time, it loses its or it's the law of diminishing returns. So then you bring something new, Intercontinental Championship, Rio de Janeiro. You have Pat Patterson win it as one does, and over there now. And you know it's exciting. It's new. He wins it in a tournament that may have never happened, but he wins it in a tournament, and it's special. And it gets to be featured on TV. It gets to be. Are these all wrestling questions? Is being asked in the chat. Not all of them were, by the way, but a lot of them were, by the way. I accidentally answer that now, but it's Kathy. Hopefully not all. Well, if there's too many wrestling questions, we got to talk and get through it. We do that. You're saying an improv podcast. Would you say maybe there would be different characters that would be doing different things? Yeah. That's what I was saying. I said we should go quickly through the wrestling questions, and I had like 3 words to say about this question. Yes, I would like. I'll look into the camera. I'll make this a very tender moment where I'm talking tenderly, holding my microphone tenderly, speaking to you guys at home. So yes, I would love there to be an improv contest, podcast, improv anything. Where there would be different characters doing different things. We're like, yeah, I'm a different character. Yeah, me too. Yeah. And it'd be hard to go back and forth. I'm not Eddie Izzard. I think we should really watch Cake or Death right now and turn off this podcast with me. That would be great if I just like, I can't share my screen and show copyrighted material, but I could like just shut up and like actually put something on my TV. This isn't my remote because my remote's over there, but this is my phone pretending in a remote. And I put something on TV and just started watching it. Ignored you guys. See, that would be great entertainment for somebody. I don't know who, or I don't know whom would be the correct English for that. Once again, you gotta have correct English in improv. Want to talk about the tilt real quick? Good. This isn't a wrestling question at all. This is a gambling question. Yes, I do want to talk about the tilt real quick. So I'm not even a big gambler, but when we're talking about the tilt, it is something that is a popular term in the gambling community. So the tilt is what happens when an individual usually has a significant amount of money. Maybe they're gaining an amount of money, they have an amount of money, it's going up a little bit. You're getting that endorphin rush, you're feeling the high, everything's good, everything's hunky-dory, keep winning, 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 no reason to stop now. And then they start losing. So yeah, then the individual in question losing money. And in the moment of panic, and instead of, like they say you should quit while you're ahead, which is also true. But in this scenario, you should quit when you're just a little bit behind and you don't like bleed money through your, now. You got to be like going home with some dignity and some pants still left. You can't sell your shoes off your feet, as they say over there. So yeah, in the moment though, the psychology does mean things to the brain of the addict that's addicted to gambling, and it's called the tilt. It's when someone is experiencing these losses, and instead of making safe, logical wagers to try to be like, okay, well, I know the probability of these cards actually making me win right now is low. I'm gonna fold or I'm gonna bet low, like. The risk versus yield reward on this is not good for me. I'm a gambling person. But I'm still smart. I know logic. I know maths. I'm out. No, the tilts happen. I'm like, I'm all in. I'm crazy bets. I'm betting my mirror. I'm betting my phone. I'm betting my house. Like people just go crazy with it. They get the tilts. I think I have the tilts, but like not with gambling, maybe with love. I'm like, I'm all in this relationship. The other one worked poorly. I'm gonna make out with Jason Effigy. What? Jason Effigy? What are you doing on the next episode with Jay Bossert? Oh no, guys, Jason Effigy is sick. Well, I know you wanted to be on the next episode, but I told you, no, if you're not feeling well, I had to be here. Bradley forced me. I told him in the chat I didn't feel good. I had a caffeine headache, and he forced. No one's forcing you. What's the mask doing? You don't have lungs. That Jason Effigy, ladies and gentlemen, once again. Give it to him. Give him a hand. He could use it. He could use two of them. Take off that mask. I don't know how he's getting. How did he get it on? How did Jason Effigy get his mask on? Official question for next episode. What did I sing at karaoke? Wow. Okay. It's a good question. Wait. My phone. Okay. I was gonna look at the internet because my brain is mashed potatoes. I say sometimes baked potatoes. Sometimes my brain's mashed potatoes. So I was making a list of things I wanted to sing over the past few days, weeks. So if I look at that, I can maybe see some of them that actually happened. And I was karaokeing for 6 hours. So I'll count the ones I was doing as duets, not all the songs I was doing solo. Let's note that down in life. But I sang a lot. Eve Six's Inside Out. Bruised by Jack's Mannequin. Longview by Green Day and Good Riddance Time of Your Life by Green Day. Dangerous Tripe by The Cars. Garden Grove by Sublime. Date Rape by Sublime. Ace of Spades by Motorhead, which went on first, by the way. My friend wanted to sing Ace of Spades, and then I had to sing Ace of Spades with him because of the laws. There's laws in place. And trying to do a raspy Lemmy impression to start off the night, OMG. not fun. Lady Gaga, Bad Romance was like 2-3 other people, 4 to 5 at one point. Like people came to gather for that. That was like pinnacle of the evening. Jay-Z, Run This Town, which I took a couple weeks off doing that song. That's like one of my go-tos that I really love doing. I don't think who did I back up? I ended up doing Nothing But a G Thing, but like parts of it, because my friend usually does that one really, 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 really well. It's like, dude rocks it. He doesn't need the teleprompter. He knows it by heart. He was a drunk man last night, and he didn't look like he knew all the words. And then there was a teleprompter, and it didn't look like he knew how to read. And there was a couple of times where it looked like he didn't know how to walk, and your gravity was getting stuck. I don't want to talk about that man negatively, even though if you watch the early episodes on the next episode with Jay Bossert, that's the same man that would ask questions that would make me a little traumatized. He'd ask mean man questions. So maybe we should talk about him negatively on the chat and have a tofu, a fictitious beef, as one says, where like we hate on him and he's in real life hating on in LinkedIn. He's like, LinkedIn's silly. What are you guys doing? I'm like, we're asking questions. He's like, how about these questions? And I'm like, those questions hurt my feelings. They're bad questions. There's no such thing as a bad question. Next question. Probably bad. Can you please write with no other explanation other than names your top 5 wrestling mouthpieces and no numerical order? No, I can't do that because Kathy said there's too many wrestling questions. We answered this question on the last stream. Not to be mean, but like we can't have two. We got 30 to 20 questions left. The number's right there. You guys could see it. It says 35 out of 53 remaining. It's a nice palindrome thing that's going on here. And I know how to read. Cool. And I want to maybe I didn't read the question yet. So let's go click this button here. We're going to remove that for a second so we can click out and go back to big mode for Jay. I wanted to see how the comment section was doing, if I broke it or not, because a lot of things happening. There's a delay. Okay, cool. It thinks that there's not that many people watching that now. It's okay. It's a terrible time slot. I never wanted this time slot. If I refresh, it's probably going to be something bad if I try to refresh it, but it's okay. Everything's fine. It's cool. It's good. I think it doesn't like it when I do that. It doesn't like it. No, it didn't. I can comment, but it didn't like it. No. It didn't like it. Okay, so we're just going to notate that down at 4:42 p.m. New York time, Eastern Standard Time. Cool. Right. We're definitely running behind. I mean, if we get a minute question, probably power through. So maybe we should go back to the stage. And I never read that question. Kathy says it's a great time slot. Okay, you know what? It is. I think it's the best. I say it's not. I think it's a bit I do with myself. It's like this little love-hate relationship. Once again, I slept okay-ish this morning. Got at least 4 to 5 hours on the couch. I had a nice dream. I remember my dreams. We talk about this sometimes on the Sandy Search Party, that people that might be on the cannabis for legal reasons or medical reasons or just recreational reasons don't remember the dreams. There's scientific articles stating it. I wake up every morning, remember my dreams, and I do partake. Legally speaking, and I have a prescription, but I know I act a little wacky. I play up the character. If you guys want me to just be boring and not do the bit and just be like, all right, we're on the internet. Hey guys, I'm a normal person. I'm on the internet. Cool. So words we're going to read now. We're going to read like a normal person. How much do I have to raise my voice? Is there an octave change? What's the register here? What's the sense of it? See? If I have to raise my voice, I can't do the raise my voice. Okay. Normally, I'd be able to raise the voice in that character, and it would sound just an octave change higher, which is if you don't know what the octave change is, that's the same notes as they say. There's only A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Some sharps are flat in there as well. And it goes back to A as it does. It circles back around. So an octave change would be like A to A. Go like to that. C to C is the most common one, as they say on the piano. They 88 key piano has a certain amount of C's on it. That's what I'm saying, bro. My man Bradley Braze in the chat represent. You know what I'm talking about. So what's the register on there in the sense of it? Yeah, I think if I didn't inflect anything too much or it, you guys think that was a question. So that's why you got to be careful with your octaves when you're live. Next thing you know, you ask questions all willy-nilly. All willy-nilly. Where's karaoke? Well, that's a great question. Every Friday night for the foreseeable future, anyone in New York State, near New Paltz, you should go to Ya So Nice. This lovely Caribbean/Jamaican place. Everyone else was really enjoying the beef patties last night. OMG, did I see beef patty? I'm not a big beef patty person, and once again, I try to stay. I can't be eaten. I have an addictive personality, so I stopped drinking. Spoiler alert, fam. I used to drink a lot. I could probably still drink that whole bar under the table if I wanted to. I do not. But yeah, I feel like if I ate one Jamaican beef patty at like midnight, I'd be there till 4 a.m. I would eat all the Jamaican beef. They would not have enough of those either. So it's at New Paltz. Yeah, so nice. They are so nice there too. Great people. Such great people. I love the people there. Don't Twitch on. Okay, one person more than others apparently. Things inside me want to tell you guys. Try to keep it a secret, but the Twitches are bad. Is there still a third in there? Well, in here in my water bottle, I feel that might be closer to maybe 6/7. I was actually trying to figure out the mathematical rough point estimate for there. I didn't know I was going to say the meme number. Is there still a third in there? Yeah, now there is. Before there were 6/7, but we got down to a third. We're very efficient. A fishman. Fish live in water too. Can we make another question timeout? Timeout. Okay. So because of this question timeout, I am going to do this thing where I'm going to purposely ignore the next 3 questions. Bradley, unfortunately, if what you call it, if you're in the stream still, which you are, and told Claude a secret. Okay. So we're doing a timeout question, sir. So the next 3 questions, only 3, I'm going to read on this stream. I'm not going to answer them, but I'm going to try to read them. Not answer them. Read them. Read. Hooked on phonics. Was that still with Edge in the Judgment Day? It's a very good question. Legally can't answer it, though. Next question. Do we all have to type the food ideas in the stream because she said she was going to watch the replay of us? Once again, do we all have to type the food ideas in the stream because she said she was going to watch the replay with us? Next question. Do I have a headset close by? Next question. All right, back in being able to read them mode. How many questions are we mailed? Hey, Jay, why didn't that angle work, bro? Just bad timing. Most angles would work if the timing was better. You know, you try to write something you think the people in the future are going to like, and you don't know. Who were they friends with in the storyline? Me. All storylines secretly revolve around Jay Bossert, misalignment specialist. We'll rapid fire some of these. Yeah. How do you make a poll in the chat? I got to research that. I'm sure there's a button for it that says poll. And then we should ask Vince Russo, though, if we're going to do all wrestling related answers still. Bro, just put the poll in the chat, bro. Anything with a poll with Vince Russo's booking was better. Are we still playing Dead Cells? I hope so. I tricked Bradley into playing Dead Cells is a game that I was playing a lot over the years on my Switch. It's probably better for other platforms. They say I play everything the worst, hardest way because my Switch, the controller is dislodged. You get really into it and you're playing it, and like the thing dislodges sometimes. It makes it even harder. And I'm up to 5 BC. I beat all the other BCs, which is Blood Cells, I think, something like that. Yeah, so it gets progressively harder. I'm in hell mode. It starts off, and it doesn't start off in normal or easy. It starts off in like bad, and it just gets progressively worse and crazier and harder to play. And I lose, but you live, you learn, you lose, you learn. I learn a lot from Dead Cells, more though than Alive Cells, which isn't a thing. What was David Arquette's wrestling movie? Ready to Rumble. Year 2000, 2002, whatever. You're Ready to Rumble. What do you want to play? And if I just don't go through with a tutorial and just be bad at a game for a couple days, what do I want to play if you don't want to go through the tutorial and just be bad at a game? Oh, yeah. Some games kind of walk you through. The best maybe walk you through tutorial inside of a game that I played in the past decade or so, Persona 5 Royale. They kind of walk you through and it makes it fun. That's a tutorial you can't skip, but it is fun and you can do. And the worst one of all time of recent memory was Final Fantasy 8. I think, but like I did it's an older game, but I did the remaster replay. I stopped playing it, but I played for the card. I wish there was a way to extract the card combat game from Final Fantasy VIII. If no one's aware of that, that was a great game. I would just do that, or even just maybe they use Final Fantasy characters. You could just do it, and it's similar to say Encryption. That kind of card combat thing on like a grid, perhaps. I mean, like Wild Frost does it. Wild Frost's so good. Wild Frost. That's the answer to that question. Wild Frost. Who bought TNT from Turner if AOL merged? So it's AOL Time War. I still think Time. Just give it some time. Wild Frost is probably the answer to that too. Maybe the next 5-10 questions, just answer Wild Frost. It's such a good game. Was that King's Quest V you were referencing? Yeah, no, I think it was Wild Frost. It was a different game that he was referencing. It was Wild Frost. Was there games on it too? And did you have a good market value? It would be cool if it had Wild Frost on it. That would be a great game. And would you get good market value? Well, yeah, if that game was on it. Hashtag not sponsored, by the way. It's a game that I like to play, but they're not giving me money. That was the question earlier in the stream. Is anyone giving you money? No. How would I get it in your mouth? Well, if you had Wild Frost, let me see. Okay. All right. So if you have your gaming system and a big enough mouth, maybe we'll fit a switch in my mouth, apparently. I didn't know that until this stream about myself. And I don't know if you guys knew that. I never was like, I wonder if I can fit a Nintendo in my mouth. But I know now because of Wild Frost. Let's play that game. What are the timeout rules? Is the chat in timeout too? Yeah, chat, you're in timeout. And the timeout rule for me, if I say timeout, I don't have to answer questions. You know what? Next 5 questions, I'm not answering them. Timeout. Why do half of your chats involve taking your clothes off? I'm not answering that. It's private. Who wants to sing with me this song? What song? I can't answer it. Can I start singing? Birthday song's not copyrighted anymore. Happy birthday to Stream. Not singing along though. Do you know who Scott Norton is? Y'all know who Scott Norton is? I mean, like, kind of do my D'Lo Brown thing, but my in the sweater vest, you can't see my D'Lo Brown has a protective vest, by the way, in case you don't know that wrestler. If I started a sentence with the word whorehouse, could you please give me an example of a sentence starting with the word whorehouse that would sound like a question that would make the pickle jar seem easier to open for the second person when the first person loosens the lid ever so slightly? Was the full question. I think I can't count. This should be number 6, 5. How far into Ric Flair's career do you feel that he should have quit? And do you feel that he should have kept going as long as he did? Or maybe he should have quit a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7. The Chupo. He should never quit. I said in the last stream he should have quit when Shawn Michaels super kicked him and said, "I'm sorry, I love you" during WrestleMania, because that was one top the 10 all time of best things that could ever happen. Once again, I'm a Ric Flair fan, but like just having Shawn, I'm a bigger Shawn Michaels fan. Let's remove this. Shawn Michaels' birthday was recently. Happy birthday, Shawn Michaels. Let's switch in music to another year. Kick July 22nd in the face. I use Hulk Hogan as a reference image. I'm like, where's Shawn kicking Hulk in the face? Hulk Hogan, boo. And I turned him into July 22nd, brother. Does that work for you, Hulk? It probably didn't. So yeah, Rick should have maybe quit when Shawn kicked him in the face, like July 22nd. That's what should have happened. Next question. If you had to give a total Mount Rushmore, can you give me 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010 figures? Yeah, I could. Not gonna, but I could. Hold on. To what? Me? Well, yeah, I feel like that's a thing that we might be able to get to on the late night sanity search party thing with Kathy and Bradley. They might still be in the chat with me, watching along. Once again, thank you, fam, for staying with me on a Saturday afternoon, hanging out. But sometimes in life we do have like what me, woe is me, pity party, me, why me, why not you? What makes you so special? You can't fit in a Nintendo Switch in your mouth during the live stream, right? I didn't want to do that, but I'm not so special, like everyone walks around like what doesn't stink? Like, well, to me, and yeah, hold on, to you. How about that? Okay. Do you know about my Lord and Savior, Maxwell Jacob Friedman? I mean, we can answer that wrestling question. Guys, if you do not know who MJF is, even if you're not pro wrestling fans, if you are a fan of acting, he was in Happy Gilmore, too. He was in the most recent Adam Sandler movie. Yeah, it's a small role. As one of Adam's kids. He's in movies. If you're a fan of comedy, I know he doesn't do comedy per se, like stand-up, but if you watch his wrestling promos, the man is so funny. It's been stick, though. He's a mean guy. He's a bad guy. He's making fun of people. He's doing these things. So good. And then if you watch him in the ring, that's the problem, though. He is so good on the mic, it overshadows his own ring work. It's just like, it's painfully good when someone is so good that because they're good, people don't know they're that good. But that's my Lord and Savior, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. MJF. He's from New York, too. Long Island, though. I mean, he thinks everyone's allowed to have, like, one flaw. I guess being from Long Island. We'll start a fake beef. Like, what, Putnam County's better? No one's ever said that before. Cool. Wait, does it count when you say questions? Yeah, it's the point of the stick, the format. Might go long. We have 7 left. Let's see. So you're telling me that I can fucking smash pose and bring my face, but I can't hand slobber knocker someone in the face? Yeah, you can. Okay. Smash pose and bring the face, but you can't. Okay. So I slapped myself on the face ever so slightly on stream for market value. Of course, not. My armpits are stinky. Did I say a question in the question? Probably did. Probably with the ADHD symptoms, little neurodivergent symptoms. probably said a few questions within the question. Do that sometimes. Can you please list the top 5 wrestlers that can cut a promo, not counting one-off promos, but in consistent, amazing promos? MJF, Chris Jericho, The Rock, let's go old school, Ric Flair, and almost want to say Ricochet just to be a troll because he's coming to his own, that man. Consistently. Pentagon, Penta del Zero Muro. It's in Espanol. But the dude is just like no fear, and just like you get the people like eating it. It's consistently good. Say Penta. Why would Chris Jericho pick a fight with Brock Lesnar? Morals. Believe it or not, some professional wrestlers have morals. He was worried that Brock was going out of script and going out in zone. Sorry for going late. We're going a couple of minutes late. I'll try to hurry up. We only got a couple questions left. Don't want to go too long. That would be very unprofessional wrestling. Like when Chris Jericho tried to pick a fight with Brock Lesnar because Brock Lesnar made Randy Orton bleed out of his face with his elbow, which is real. But they planned it. Allegedly, these two individuals, like with two other dudes, was like, I don't have paper on hands. I have a napkin, paper towel. And they're drawing. They're writing down. Aha, yes. Well, at the end, and you're gonna do this. And you're gonna slam. You're gonna make it look really. Yes. At the end, you're just gonna keep hitting me in the face with the elbow until I start bleeding. And that's when you're gonna let it go on maybe too long. And that's when we're gonna stop the match because of the blood. But we're not gonna use fake blood. We're gonna use real blood. And the elbow keeps hitting me in the face. Good plan. So yeah. As someone who's done wrestling before, maybe he was mad that they went through it to begin with. Even if it's the plan, it's not a good plan. You know, they say Mick Foley, when he took the bump off the top of the cell, that was planned too. One of them was planned. The other one he fell through it, not as much planned. But one of them was still planned. And they did that. And they was like, just because you plan doing it doesn't mean you should do it. Brianna Berg, friend of the channel, actually for real life, you know, one of my connections, has a wonderful article about Mick Foley and being Santa and the book, and not being one of Santa's helpers, not Santa Claus. I don't remember the words of that song. Cool. Guess what happened to the Road Dogg Jesse James? Would that have made a better angle? The Road Dogg Jesse James. We'll talk about his brother in WCW. That they tried to make a watered down version of the Water Dog. What? Any wrestling question is just. I'm gonna go back to bed. I can't. I just can't today. We're not doing wrestling questions today. I just can't do it. I'd say something dumb. What the fuck are you even talking about, bro? I didn't want to. I've been telling people all the time I'm gonna try to swear less in public, and I swear at karaoke because sometimes I have to. They put on the teleprompter there too. The words will say it, and people want me to sing these songs, so I do it for my job, for money. Swear with a microphone. And I tell people all the time, I try not to do it so much here. And I don't even know what I'm talking about because I say these things and I could have, I guess I have the power to, it's already on my screen too. It's already shared, but I could like not say the word. The power's in my mouth. Got all the power in my mouth. It's an awkward sentence. If you got compressed vertebrae, does that mean that you really did it? Or did you really give a fire truck? Okay, so we're going to take this example now as to say that one time in high school, I was doing the morning. It wasn't one time. So I was doing the morning announcements a lot of time with my associate friend Ray Roy in the mornings. And we'd have a similar radio voice. We'd sound very similar. And we'd go back and forth where we'd have like the sing-song quality to our voices. We'd do it on the radio, but it was in the morning announcements and kind of like play version of it. And we got to say the announcements every morning straight. So we'd take turns, alternate. If both of us showed up, I would have an attendance record. He'd have an attendance record. We'd be late. Sometimes we'd miss the bus. It would be school. We'd miss the bus. You can't do the morning announcements if your parents are driving you. Very, very cool, by the way. Cool to do that. So yeah, they let me and him say a little like stick at the end if you had a few seconds. So every day at the end of the announcement, we take turns. So Ray would do one day, I would do another day, and we'd have the closing thoughts for after the morning announcement. And I thought it was a really good idea as I always have great ideas, best ideas in the world, to tell everyone my favorite word as the closing announcement. I would like my closing thought for today. I would like to end it all with my favorite word, starting with F, ending with UCK. Fire truck. The Spanish teacher was so mad. I don't know why. Bye, Kathy. Sorry to keep you late. I see you gotta go. I'm gonna try to be gone soon too. Yeah, my audience is leading. I really gotta hurry up. But yeah, that was the moral of that story. I got in like slap on the wrist with a noodle. They were like, Jay, you can't say fire truck. I don't think that's what they said, but I'm like, why? What happened? They got mad. And I'm like, she has a dirty mind then. My favorite word's fire truck. I don't know what she's over there thinking, because that's a bad word. Can't say that in the warning announcements. So yeah, it was difference of opinion. Last question. Are you a Vince Russo fan? Bradley. Bro. If Bradley, bro, isn't a fan of Vince Russo, bro, we're going to put Vince Russo on a poll, bro. And Jim Cornette out of the box. No, you got to put Bradley in the box. Then he's going to be over Mother Lover. He would not say Mother Lover. We're trying to swear less. That's why we can't do good impressions of Jim Cornette, because then we'll swear more. And that's not how you swear less. That's how you swear more. Session's finished. We're going to click out of that. Gonna click some words. It was real quick. I made that the other day. I just wanted to, since we already went long anyways, I thought that was the best thing ever. Then I made ChatGPT make me at like 1, 2 in the morning this map of people that have different points of view. And originally in the meme, I had a song in my head, and it was going to be the green part, I think, was going to be everybody that wants to rule the world, like the song. And it was going to be actually the showing in the map, like who wants to rule the world. It was everybody, and that was going to be green. And then the other colors were the people that were like better than you and worse than you. And then I lost this song inspiration. I'm a karaoke jockey enough as it is. I don't need to be singing in LinkedIn. Voice is raspy. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And I saw people, you like it, love it. And I was hoping I was going to wake up that day to 1,000,000 notifications. I woke up to like 2, 3, 4, as it happens. So that's great. Once again, thank you every single person that was here, that watched it live, that commented. Sorry that I was reading the questions that Bradley was able to generate for me and wasn't able to comment with you guys as much. But I'm really glad it worked out. Once again, I thank you guys for spending it with me. I'm sorry I wanted to call out. I'm sorry that I'm addicted to caffeine again, and I didn't want to do it. But I had the third most fun this month so far with you. Karaoke was really fun. I get to see someone. I'm not going to ramble about that. It's inappropriate. But yeah, sometimes you get to see people a couple times in a not in a row, but back to back weeks, and you're like, you know, that person over there. I've died. You know, that's all we're saying about that. And maybe we'll talk about that on the next episode with Jay Bossert. Thank you guys. Love you. Have a great night. Get home safe. Like we said that. Get home safe. Don't forget to tip your bartender. Don't forget to tip me. I should put a tip jar. I don't think you can do that according to LinkedIn, but like a tip jar somewhere on the internet. I do have a GoFundMe somewhere. I'm just gonna mumble. Bye, everybody.